Okay, so this is probably going to be the last in this initial set of tutorials for Alfred, and we're going to cover deployment. Now, there is no one way to deploy this. If it runs Dart, it works. I'd say if you're going to roll your own server, I like to put Alfred behind an Nginx server and do a reverse proxy thing, because at the end of the day, that helps to handle a lot of other routing things and can quickly get you out of trouble. It also means you don't need to stuff around with, SSL certificates and other bits and pieces. Use Nginx if you can roll your own server. Don't expose it locally and try to do certificates. However, what I am going to do is we're going to roll through this deployment guide that I wrote a fair way back in the day, and pretty much follow it along and see how it works. The cool thing about this is it rolls Alfred up into a Docker container, chucks it on Google Cloud Run, which is surprisingly easy to use, and I think it's a great alternative to Heroku, which I've been using for years. And when Heroku has been put to the test, unfortunately, a few times, it has come up short. So at least now, let's say with Docker, you can quickly swap providers or whatever else. But anyway, this should hopefully work, and this will probably be good for us to check whether this guide still works as well. So let's start rolling through it. So we're going to skip over this little first bit here. This is basically what we've already done, but building a much simpler app, quite literally a little one-page app that does get the environment port. Actually, this is useful because we need to get that. So this is probably the key, I reckon. All right, let's swing on over to bin main, and instead of doing server.start, we want to get, there we go. Let's import platform. Come on. And server.start, and we want to, no. Is it server? No. Start is probably what we're going to be looking for. App.listen. Look, we can put it. No, let's do it here. Let's put the port in on this one. So yeah, we're going to go port. It's going to be an Azure. Let's face it, it should be an int. Pretty sure app.listen takes an int for the port. Yep. There we go. Required. There we go. Oh no, we'll just there we go. Give it a default. Oh, we don't need to go rewrite stuff. But where we do want to do it is here. int dot. Let's do a try pass. Because we don't specify it, we will do 3000. Doesn't like that. Let's just try this then. Yeah, that'll work. Because there is a chance that the port might be some other thing. Anyway, this way it will always work, and it will always be on 3000. Seems a bit redundant. There's probably a better way to do that. Okay. So server.start. Cool. So that's that. Let's jump back over to here. Cool. We're listening. Cool. We can run it. Let's actually see if it works just from the terminal, which it should do. Dart bin main.dart. Did not work. What is the problem? Socket error. MongoDB. Not happy. Alfred test. db.create. Database.open. And we'll open the database just there. Huh? Let's try that. There's every chance database that's not registered now. There's every chance that it has to do with having other bits and pieces running around the place too. No, socket error. All right, I'll pause this, I'll work this out, and then I'll come back to it. All right, so in between the last video and this video, even though it's the same day, my phone rebooted, dropped out. And the reason why we couldn't connect, which I haven't actually tested this to be fair, but I'm fairly certain this is it, is that we locked the database down to my IP. So what we're going to do is we're going to use allow from anywhere for the moment, because again, I'm going to delete this when we're done. Oh, cool, that's a new feature there. Yeah, all right. Keep rolling, it's doing stuff. Let's go and just test our luck. Well, what are you doing? Just make sure it runs. Nah, still unhappy. Is it finished? It hasn't finished. That's a long time. Do I have enough P to a record? Come on, we're going to be quicker than it goes. Nope. Ah! All right, I'm going to pause it while this thinks about the situation. All right, she's there. I did test her a second ago, but let's do it again. Cool. Server runs. So, now that we can do that, the other awesome thing we can do, is one of the reasons I love Dart, is that if we go to, we can do Dart compile. I think this might have actually changed. Yep, yeah. Dart bin server.dart. Actually, I think it's important that this is called server.dart. We'll come back to it soon. I'm sure, I know it's written down there somewhere, because we're not using server, we're using main. This will still work. And come on. Well, what this is going to do, this is going to create a standalone executable that for Mac that we can put on any Mac OS machine. There it is there. And that is our server, all bundled up, doing its thing. So we can go ./server, and bam, there it is. There's the server running. Awesome. Okay, so now that we've got a self-executable thing, well, I guess we just got to chuck that into a Docker container and upload it somewhere. So there we go. Oh look, there was on Mac, or that one there. All right, let's containerize the thing. I'm no expert in Docker. This is hacked together at best, best of descriptions. So anyway, let's have a go. All right, so Docker file, copy paste. And I think this is why it matters that our other file was called server. Anyway, let's do this. Yep, done. Cool. And somewhere here, there it is. There it is. Let's change that to main. Fingers crossed. Yeah, should output the same. Yep, that should work. Live dangerously. Track this in. Yeah, file docker ignore. Here we go. All right, now this may work. It may not work. Symlinks. I'm able to evaluate symlinks in the Docker file path. It's not the space at the end, is it? No. Docker file. Where are the symlinks? Does it maybe is it this? No. Copy that to that. Yeah, that's fine. From scratch. At bin server. At bin. I cannot see symlinks. All right. Guess what? Pause it again. Hold on. So, Stack Overflow, while executing this command, make sure it's in the current working directory. Yeah, that'll help, won't it? Oh, I just put a dot somewhere. Yep, it was in the end there. Permission denied. Interesting. Well, let's give it a crack. Back over to here, and there, and let's go. Can't add that to there, because we probably need to start Docker. Okay. Okay. Good on you, Docker. And accept. Docker. So jump on over to this one. Yeah, she's thinking about it. Yeah, she's thinking about it. I mean, I guess I am right now recommending Docker. So that's objectively the truth. So I'm getting a bit annoyed with the updates. Alright, that's that. Cool. Let's swing on over here and go there, and fingers crossed. Cool, we're building. So it's downloading an official Dart stable build provided by the Dart team. It's going to create a little working directory. It's going to copy over our pub spec file. It's going to run pub get, so we're going to get all of our dependencies. Let's do it going there. Then we're going to copy everything from here to there with the root of the Docker container. From there, then we're going to run pub get again offline. So, and then we're going to compile. This is the same command that we ran just a minute ago. bin.main to bin.server. Cool beans. There we go. So, once we've compiled this, then I'm pretty sure what we do, we actually wipe it. So, I'm pretty sure it's what from scratch means. Again, I'm not a Docker expert. I know, it failed. Pub-get, exit code. What's going on with you? Cannot find the subcommand get for Dart pub. News to me. Alright, I am going to pause this. Okay. So, we're running it again. Remember when I had that weird dot that I thought I put down there? It turns out I reckon it was there. So, Dart pub get. We're trying to crack at that again. So I deleted the full stop. Okay, so then it's copying from the build to runtime. So that's that build thing. That's what's going on. And then it is copying from build to app bin server. The actual server, it's just copying all that over. And then basically all we're doing is we're getting the executable that's pre-compiled, chucking it in a folder, cleaning it up, exposing port 8080, and running the command. This is not going to work. The reason for it is that 8080. Because what's going on over here, we've got 3000, and this tutorial over here, which I also wrote, likes 8080. So look, expose 8080, listing on 8080, and 8080. Let's use 3000 because that's what we've been using everywhere. So let's live dangerously, Docker file, expose 3000. We just got to remember everything 8080, now 3000. And we'll have a crack. Okay, now just make sure that full stop. No, yes, he's not there. All right, where are we at? So we've run it. This one wants to expose 8080. I think we need to do this again, which I probably won't put you through. I might even pause it again for that. That was bloody quick. I'm not sure that worked. All right, let's have a crack at this one. Docker run. Obviously the ports are on. $3,000. And look, cool. She's running. It probably would be good at some point. What I like to do is just have a single route. I call it server status, just to make sure it's there. You know, because this is all this other stuff we're doing with posts and gets and everything else. Sometimes it's just nice to have something as simple as How's that? I think we're missing something here though. Expected to find, him. There we go. So, let's close all this down. Oh, come on, Docker. Yeah, while we're waiting for that, we will just test that this is going to work. Just swing on over here, swing on over there. Of course it is. Bloody Docker. Come on. Actually, I think I need to do it with the console. Where are we at? Over here, him, dashboard. Let's shut him down. There it is, it's running. Delete. Alright, she's gone. There we go. So let's just try it again using the actual Docker control, which we'll probably just end up deleting it again. Cool. Now let's see if we can get localhost 3000 running. We don't need you anymore. So localhost 3000. 404 not found. That's great. And status. Do that. So, because we need to rebuild the Docker command. Yeah, well, I guess this is watching someone fumble sometimes helps. At least hopefully it does. All right, what are we doing again? We've got the Docker file. Let's swing on back over to here. Build. Oh, and that one. I'm sure there's a better way to stop the Docker image, but Control-C you would hope would kill it, wouldn't it? Cool. So she's compiling. Come on. Come on. All right. Yes. Not 80. No. All right. Far out. Done. Okay, so we're all good. We're up and running. I'm going to clean this up because we don't need this going while I am doing my thing. Now, so we have containerized our app, which is awesome, and now it's ready to chuck it somewhere. So, deploying to Google Cloud Run. Now, I've already done, again, streamlined version of the instructions found here. You might want to hit them up if something's changed, because that's the official docs. Install Google Cloud on my machine. I have done that already. Go to the Google Cloud Console and create the project. I have created a project already. Again, it's that one, but I will probably try doing a different one. But I've only got so many projects and they get upset with me. Let's create a new project though. Let's just chuck it under Snappy Apps. That'll do it. All right. You need to enable billing. So unfortunately there's just no freeness, even though it's bloody cheap and I don't think it's ever actually cost me anything for the short time that I've been running some stuff there. You want to log in. Once authenticated, putting the project ID you noted above where it is there. Okay, so where's our project ID? Assuming that's that, but it would probably be, yeah, because it is like that. That'll be our project ID, where it says project ID. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to actually talk to you quickly about what is in this URL. So remember it being some stuff we had to build. All right, so we are deploying Alfred Hello World. We won't do that. We'll call it Alfred Tutorial 1. We probably don't need beta maybe in Google Cloud anymore. Tutorial 1. The source is here. Allow unauthenticated so that we don't need to, we can just expose to the world. and that's the project we want to chuck it in. We probably want to copy this. I always like to do this. Swing on over here, go to there, go to File, and go deploy.sh, and then I'll chuck it in here. Probably shouldn't have this one necessarily to source control, but I guess you guys can have your own thing. You're not going to have access to my project, so what's it going to do? Anyway, fingers crossed that will work. Let's have a try. Chances are also Google Cloud Run has probably got a new artifact registry. Is not enabled. Do you want to enable it? Yes, we do. This will take a few minutes. Nope, it didn't take a few minutes. Repository name, that will be created. Yes, we do. It's not enabled. Yes, we do. This is the reason why you want to use the command line, because God, you'd have to go and tick all these boxes and go round and round and round in circles. It'd be a nightmare. Awesome. Hey, so look what it's doing. So it's building the Docker file and deploying to the container service, Alfred Tutorial 1 in the project Snappy Apps in Australia. Anyway, as you can see, it's creating the container repository. It's going to upload it, then build it, and all of this sets up all of the other bits and pieces that we need, including SSL, and off we go. So let's check over here though. Probably got some other projects. Maybe not running under Snappy Run. Oh, cool, I don't. Nice and clean. The cool thing you've got with Cloud Run is that we can just roll stuff back and forth, you know, and we can scale it up and down really easily, even compared to Heroku, which, you know, is great. Obviously, the thing I love about Heroku is how easy it is to palm it off to other customers when you're done with it. But I've got to say, this feels like a much more professional platform to use. Oh, would you like to enable this? Yes, I would. What is it? Cloud build. Yeah, we need to enable cloud build. If you don't enable, let's face it, we're not getting anywhere. Cool, let it all happen. Building the container. So yeah, no, still haven't got anything out yet. Create a service, manage custom domains. This doesn't take too long. I don't necessarily want to pause it in case something goes wrong, or there's like those little bits that you just saw. Stick with me. Let's go back. Let's have a quick look at the tutorial again while we wait for this though, just to see if there's anything else that's coming up. Okay. Oh, this explains what the command's doing. It tells you the region that it's going into. I've actually set, I think, some defaults for my project, which is why it knew about Australia. It does say it takes a minute or two, but then you're ready to roll. Cool, and that's that. I mean, look, you've now got a production, once this actually happens, if it does happen, we've got a production app up and running. It's got it's scalable, it's ready to roll, it's got SSL, don't need to worry about proxies and Nginx and all the other stuff, which can take all day. You don't know what you do, or you do know what you do, but you forgot. Anyway, I'm going to pause it, and we'll come back to it just to show you the last bit, but I think that's it. So, okay, that's finished. It says we've got some updates. It says that our services are now available, and it's serving 100% of the traffic. Let's have a crack. I have not clicked this yet. Look, it's working. She's secure. I'm pointing, anyway. And status, boom, there she is. Yeah, and because she fires up and she'll crash if she's not hooked up to the database, that's it. We've got our whole thing. So like current user should give me a AP users current user, isn't it? No author provided. See, it's she's all working. She's all working. So just have a look at Cloud Run, because it is impressive. I mean, it's the ability to roll back and stuff. Because it's containerized, we don't need to worry about dependencies just disappearing, which has happened to me with some Node projects, and yes. But But yeah, it's a little bit cool. So yeah, like you can see, we've got revisions that we can do. So we can go back and roll back to different things. We've got revision tags. We can put versions in there. For environment variables, you can chuck your environment variables and secrets over here. I think we need to create a new revision to put the variables and secrets in, which is another little area. So edit and deploy new revision. There you go. Right, there you go, variables and secrets. So there you can put your actual database path. So, you don't need to share that with everybody in the team. Yeah, I haven't really played around with all the rest of it, I suppose. Yeah, look, container port, there it is. That's probably why we did 8080, but recommended on port instead of a specific number, which is what we do. Anyway, yep, you can chuck your capacities in, your CPUs, all of that, request timeouts. And this is great because Heroku does not let you adjust this. Actually, mind you, 3, 6 seconds. I think 30 seconds is the thing that really got me stuck one time. And this is the other cool thing, maximum requests per container. So once you hit 80 requests, it'll spin up a new container for you. And then it will spin it down. And we can also, do your auto scaling here. So there you go. 0 means it'll actually go to sleep. Set 1 to reduce the cold starts, like that, so there'll always be something running. But because this is just a tutorial thing, we want it to go to sleep when no one's using it. Cool. That's that. That's how we do Cloud Run. I think there's much else to it, is it? That's it, guys. So look, I will upload the source code now, so you can have a play with that. And yeah, look, I guess hit me up if you've got any questions. I'm happy to make another video. These are actually surprisingly easy to make when I don't bother editing them and just awesome stuff. But yeah, anyway, I hope it's been helpful. All right, guys, catch you later.